We decided to show this movie about Lenny Bruce at 11:30 in the morning. We're going to show Tootsie at midnight. Then we mix it up a bit here at the TCM Festival. Programming-wise, we kind of go crazy. This is a film I've seen many times. And this is a film that introduced me to, when I saw it, not in its original release, but when I was younger, introduced me to the film work of Bob Fosse and the life of Lenny Bruce and the work of Lenny Bruce, and the music of Miles Davis I was introduced to in this film when I was young. And I'm kind of speechless whenever I see this film. I've seen it a lot, which that doesn't come in handy when you have to interview somebody after you render speechless. But I don't want to labor this too much. But this is a movie actor who is unlike any other of the last 75 years. There's a lot of great film stars. There's a lot of great actors working, especially through the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and on beyond that. But few of them took the chances to become a different person so many times in films and transform themselves physically, emotionally, psychologically, their voice, to inhabit a character. I really can't think of anybody who and I don't want to compare actors because they all have their own, the beauty of their specific careers, but I don't think there's another actor alive in the film business in the last several years who transformed themselves again and again. And they would play something very close to themselves, their own speech, their own behavior, perhaps their voice in All the President's Men and in Kramer versus Kramer. But I just want to say that this is a person I've admired on the deepest level for a long, long time. And it's my great pleasure to ask you to join me in welcoming Dustin Hoffman. You did this film, and I don't confuse, I guess, release dates with the actual shooting of the film, but you did Papillon before this film, and then you did All the President's Men after this film. And is this something that something you had wanted to do? Was this something you had developed and worked on for a while, or no? It came out of nowhere?
I had seen the stage show. Julian Barry, who wrote the screenplay, also wrote the play called Lenny, and I saw that on Broadway.
Cliff Gorman?
Yes. And if you get a chance to see one of Fosse's other films, All That Jazz, he's cutting Lenny, and you see Cliff Gorman as Lenny, and I thought he was brilliant. And I said to Fosse, and he was honest, I said, "You don't want me, you want Cliff Gorman." He says, "I asked him, but the studio wouldn't finance it with him." So I got the part.
When you make films like this, I mean, you made so many great films and given so many great performances and worked with so many great directors. Was Fosse someone, was that a goal for you two to work with Fosse?
No.
How was it to work with Fosse?
Bob was originally a choreographer.